Most of the time when I grab the camera to make a video, there's something specific I'm wanting to speak to, and this isn't really one of those times. I just felt, honestly, I felt restless and like I don't know what to do with myself, and I don't really want to just meditate, and somehow this popped in as a possibility, and I thought, why not? I tend to share less from contracted spaces. I generally share more when I'm inspired. So it feels experimental, and there's a curiosity in what if I share in a moment where there's not really a clear inspiration, there's just some sort of impulse to record. I think I'm looking for connection. And escape from discomfort. Sometimes I just want to be human and share ordinary moments. No insight to share, no real purpose behind it other than just existing as I am and allowing myself to be witnessed. Nothing sensational, nothing particularly interesting about this moment. But the thought that comes as I'm saying that is that there is a fascination in the ordinary, because we don't get to see people's ordinary very often, not in a public way. And oftentimes it feels like we can't help but put on masks when we're being witnessed in this way. Maybe I'll speak more for myself, and that's my impression sometimes when I watch people, that they seem different on camera than they do when I interact with them one-on-one. And mask might be a judgmental word for it, but it's just a different version shows up. And there's something in me that says, why would you share something so uneventful? Why would anyone be interested when there's not some like juicy nugget that you're offering? And then another voice comes in and is like, how do you know that's not what this is? How do you know anything about anything? For all I know, there's some beautiful alchemy unfolding in this share. For me, for someone who watches it. The mind seems to run everything through the filter of the past. And I can't find reference points for this sort of sharing feeling interesting, maybe. So then I make an assumption that it's not. And then I just keep repeating the past. Oh, I'll only do this when it feels like it did then. So I like experimenting. I like trying different things because it invites a different experience. And maybe it'll just be a confirmation of, yep, this one wasn't as magical as some of the other ones. You were right. Intuition on. Sometimes I wonder if I'm guided to experiences just to get confirmation of my intuition and to get a reminder of something not being as inspired or relevant for me. And I know when I'm connecting with someone one-on-one, I really love when there's no agenda and there's just this spaciousness to exist in this way. Just seeing what arises in each moment. So I can feel this sense that I'm curious if that can be created in this context. To show up without anything specific needing to happen other than the experience wanting to happen. Is there a way I can bring the life and the juice of connecting one-on-one in this way to this medium? Because my most nourishing connections have largely been just existing together. A lot of spaciousness, a lot of silence. Embodied in the feeling experience of it more than the mind experience. I've been feeling more mind-oriented throughout this video, and now I feel that I'm inviting myself more into my body. Feels like related to these times we're in too, that we're potentially being invited to be in the body more, less activity, less movement. Which is kind of funny or ironic because that feels like what I was sort of running away from potentially at the beginning of this video. Like I didn't want to just exist, but now I'm realizing that this is another way to do that. Maybe turning on the camera is allowing me to have an embodied experience in a different way that can be nourishing and that can maybe create connection or invite others into their embodied experience. I get feedback often that I have a calming presence. So there's a voice telling me, your presence is the gift. Just existing and allowing others to exist with you in this way may be received as a gift by some. That there can be um, an energetic impact from people just witnessing me. That's what some have told me. And that's what I've experienced with others. That I drop more deeply into myself in the presence of people that are largely at peace with themselves in stillness. And it feels like an invitation to love, to the field of love, to rest there together, to lie there. And feel that expansion into the infinite. Hmm. Hmm. Feel pretty good. This was a good idea. Thanks for joining me.